Good morning. Good afternoon to everybody. Yesterday class we have discussed the introduction of an aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones are generally known as an carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds in which the carbon is bonded with the oxygen with the help of a double bond. And the aldehydes and ketones can be identified based on the remaining valencies, and if one of the valencies is satisfied with the hydrogen, then those compounds are considered as an aldehydes. The remaining valency may be hydrogen or alkyl group or aryl group. And another one is if both the valency are satisfied by the alkyl group or aryl group or alkyl aryl group, then those compounds are known as ketones. Okay. Then in the introduction class, we have also studied the structure of an carbonyl compounds. In the carbonyl compounds, the carbon will show the sp2 hybridization and 120 degree bond angle, and the sp2 hybridization due to the presence of 3 sigma bond. Due to the delocalization of electron towards the oxygen, the carbon will get partial positive charge and oxygen will get the partial negative charge. Due to the presence of partial positive charge on the carbon atom, it can easily attack with the nucleophile. Therefore, it will undergo the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Due to the presence of a positive charge on the carbon atom, this carbonyl carbon is also known as an Lewis acid. That means the species which accept the electrons are known as Lewis acids. This much about the yesterday's last class. Then let us see the nomenclature of an organic compound, or nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Generally, the nomenclature systems are two types. One is trivial, general or common system, and another one is IUPAC system. The IUPAC system consists and particular rules, definite rules for the nomenclature of organic compounds. Then let us see the IUPAC system. According to the IUPAC system, the IUPAC system consists of 3 parts. One is root word, that is IUPAC system consists of 3 parts. One is root word, and the second one is suffix, and the third one is prefix. In the root word indicates the number of carbon atom present in the organic compounds. Based on the number of carbon atom in the compounds, the different roots will be given, and the suffix are further divided into 2 types. One is primary suffix and another one is secondary suffix. The primary suffix will indicate the nature of an organic compound. Nature means whether the organic compound is unsaturated or unsaturated. Saturated and unsaturated means the organic compound which indicate double bonds, triple bonds are known as unsaturated, and the compounds, the carbon containing single bonds are known as unsaturated. That means the primary suffix will indicate the saturated and unsaturated, that is a nature of an organic compound. The secondary suffix will indicate the functional group present in the organic compound. The secondary suffix will indicate a functional group present in the organic compounds. Based on the different functional group, there are different secondary suffix will be given. Consider our topic is aldehydes and ketones. For the aldehydes, we will use the secondary suffix as Al, and for ketone, we will use the ONE. This ONE is for the ketones and Al is for the aldehydes. The third one, that is prefix. Prefix will indicate the substituent group present in the organic compounds. It will indicate the substituent group present in the organic compound. Then what is substituent group? Any other part of the substituent group means Other part of a carbon chain or parent chain is known as an substituent group. Then let us see the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones, the secondary suffix is Al for the aldehyde and ONE for the ketone. Consider some example. CH3, that one, H, C double bond O, H. The name of the compound is alkyl name is and methanol. One carbon atom is there, therefore the root word is meth and saturated compound therefore and the terminal is replaced by the Al, that is secondary suffix. Terminal is replaced by the Al, that is compound. Alkyl name of the compound is methanol and general name is an formaldehyde. Generally it is known as an formaldehyde. So let us see another example. CH3, C double bond O, H. There are two carbon atoms in the parent chain, therefore the root word is Al. It is unsaturated, therefore ethane, and terminal is replaced by the secondary suffix, that is secondary suffix is Al, and the compound is known as ethanol. Generally, it is known as an acetaldehyde. General name of the ethanol is acetaldehyde. And another compound, that is this compound contains C double bond O H, that is an aldehyde, aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde, name of the compound is an benzaldehyde. The compound will be known as an benzaldehyde. It is also known as an benzene carbaldehyde. Another name is also given, that is benzene carbaldehyde. The important compounds of an aldehydes are formaldehyde, acetaldehyde and benzaldehyde. Then let us see about nomenclature of ketones. CH3, C double bond O, CH3. The number of carbon atoms are 3, therefore the root word will be given as pro, and it is unsaturated, therefore ANE, that is propane. It contains an functional group, therefore terminal is replaced by O and E, that is propanol. The name of the compound, alkyl name of the compound is propanol, and the general name is an acetone. Generally, it is known as acetone. It is also called as dimethyl ketone. It is also known as an dimethyl ketone. On either side of the functional group, that is ketonic functional group, both the groups are methyl group, therefore it is known as dimethyl ketone. And CH3, C double bond O, CH2CH3. The number of carbon atoms in the parent chain are 4. Therefore, the root word is but. Saturated and ANE. The terminal is replaced by an O and E. This compound is known as butanol. The alkyl name is the alkyl name of the compound is butanol. Then let us see another example which containing a benzene ring, C double bond O, CH3. The name of the compound is acetophenol. The name of the compound, that is acetophenol. The important compounds of ketones are propanol or acetone and acetophenol. Okay. Then let us see. And this is about the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Then let us see next topic, that is methods for the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Then methods of preparation. There are number of methods for the preparation. Among them, the first one is we will prepare the aldehydes and ketones with the help of an alcohol, that is from alcohol. With the help of alcohol, there are two different ways to prepare the aldehydes and ketones. First one is by dehydrogenation. By dehydrogenation means the removal of hydrogen will take place in the reaction. Such type of reactions are known as dehydrogenation. This dehydrogenation is carried out in the presence of copper at 573 Kelvin temperature. And the second method for the preparation of aldehydes and ketones with the help of alcohol, oxidation. This oxidation is carried out in the presence of suitable oxidizing agent. It is carried out in the presence of a suitable oxidizing agent. The oxidizing agents may be acidified K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate, or acidified KMnO4, or pyridinium chlorochromate, that is PCC. Okay. Then let us see first method by the dehydrogenation of an alcohol. That is first one by dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation means the removal of hydrogen in the reaction is known as dehydrogenation. In another way, removal of hydrogen is also known as oxidation. Dehydrogenation of an alcohol. First one, primary alcohols undergo dehydrogenation in the presence of copper at 573 Kelvin temperature. It will give the aldehydes. It will produce the compound aldehydes. When it pass the vapors of secondary alcohols through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin temperature, then it will undergo dehydrogenation to form the compound ketones. The third one, that is when tertiary alcohols vapors are passed through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin temperature, it will not undergo dehydrogenation, but it will undergo an dehydration process. It will undergo dehydration process. Why it will undergo dehydration? Because the tertiary alcohols where the OH group is present, that carbon atom does not contain any hydrogen atom. Therefore, it will not undergo dehydrogenation, but it can undergo an dehydration to form the compound alkene. And in the next class, we will study why the tertiary alcohols will undergo an dehydration to form an alkenes. In this reaction, the alpha beta unsaturated alkenes will be produced. Let us see first one, primary alcohol. That is first one, primary alcohols. When primary alcohols vapors passed through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin temperature, then it will undergo dehydrogenation to form the compound and aldehydes. It will produce the aldehyde. In this dehydrogenation reaction, the removal of an hydrogen takes place from the OH group and another hydrogen will be removed from the alpha carbon atom. The removal of an hydrogen will take place from the OH group and another hydrogen will be removed from the alpha carbon atom. Then let us do an example. CH3, C double bond, COH, CH2. The compound is an ethanol. Generally, it is known as acetaldehyde. When the vapors of an acetaldehyde or ethanol are passed through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin temperature, then it will undergo dehydrogenation to form the compound CH3, C double bond OH. The compound is an acetaldehyde. Sorry here. It is an ethanol. Ethanol will be get converted into an ethanol. Ethanol will be converted into ethanol by passing the vapors of ethanol through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin. It will use the ethanol. And let us see another example. CH3, C double bond, CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Then let us see an aromatic alcohols. CH2OH. It is a primary aromatic alcohol. The name of the compound is benzyl alcohol. The name of compound is benzyl alcohol. When the vapors of benzyl alcohol are passed through copper gauze at 573 Kelvin temperature, then it will undergo dehydrogenation to form the compound called an aldehyde. That aldehyde is known as benzaldehyde. This benzaldehyde is also known as benzene carbondehyde. Then secondary alcohol. Let us see what happens when secondary alcohols are passed through in copper gauze at 573 Kelvin. Okay, we will discuss in the next class.